LinkedIn is pretty great at a lot of things, like helping you tap into the latest trends and insights in your field. We cannot stop your coworker from tapping her pencil. LinkedIn can help you find new jobs that align with your career goals. We cannot help you find the source of that weird smell in the office fridge. Ew. And while we can't stop your coworkers from bringing their hobbies into the office, LinkedIn can help you bring your career to the next level. LinkedIn is the network that works for you.
Marvel Television's Wonder Man, an 8-episode series, now streaming on Disney+.
A superhero remake, not exactly what we'd expect from an Oscar-winning director.
Action! Simon Williams, audition for Wonder Man.
I'm gonna need you to sign this, assuming you don't have superpowers.
I'll never work again if anyone found out.
My lips are sealed.
Marvel Television's Wonder Man. All 8 episodes now streaming, only on Disney+.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. Then today's episode, I wanted to, because I know there's probably some people that are not console players, might be getting into gaming, and you're wondering which console should you get in 2026, because I'll have to say that there's benefits with both, talking on PlayStation and Xbox. I know if you guys have any questions about the Nintendo Switch, I should include the Nintendo. You know what? Yeah, we're going to include the Nintendo Switch 2. Because the Nintendo Switch 2, so it can be like just a sit in one spot console, but it's also a portable console. So that's why I'm like, Nintendo, they're kind of in the league of their own. That's why I was like, if you do want something a little bit more portable, then yeah, the Nintendo Switch 2 will probably be your best option. They don't have as many games on like how Xbox and PlayStation does, but I mean, they got like some games. They got some games where you can, that's the thing though with Nintendo, is that you gotta be careful with what games that you buy on there. Then again, it's like that everywhere with PC, Xbox, PlayStation. There's some games where it's like, they make it seem that, well, they can be a popular game, but it's not good, so because I know there's some games that I done bought and I'm stuck with them, and yeah, they're not good games and stuff. So, but no, anyways, let's go ahead and talk on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and the Nintendo Switch 2, because all three of them, like I said, they all got their benefits. PlayStation, I would have to say with them, their games, they got some good games on there, because they do have Spider-Man 2, but then again, you could play Spider-Man 2 on PC, but with PC, they're like, it's just too much to, I know people are probably like, I ain't trying to drop thousands of dollars on a good gaming PC, so that's why I'm like, I ain't really want to mention PC too much, but no, yeah, they do have some of the PlayStation exclusives on PC, but no, PlayStation, they got some good games from the Spider-Man trilogy. So yeah, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2. They also got their Gran Turismo games. A lot of the native PlayStation games they run pretty good on PlayStation. So PlayStation, they do have some good games. I would say that you would spend a little bit less on PlayStation, because there's not really a whole lot going on with PlayStation. Like, I ain't trying to I guess, downgrade what they got going on, but at the same time, like, comparing it to Nintendo and Xbox, yeah, PlayStation seems like the one platform where they got good games, but at the same time, it's like a lot of the games you can play on Xbox. So that's why I was like, man, I just, I'm really trying to find good things to say about PlayStation. I mean, I guess if you can't find an Xbox, then go with PlayStation. Like, if you do plan on getting games that are, I guess, like, they're crossplay, like they are on Xbox and PC and all that stuff, because I know, like, games like Call of Duty, I wouldn't recommend buying that game. Like, that's a game where if you can, definitely get you an Xbox, get Xbox Game Pass, and then there's a lot of different games that you can play for free. You don't have to get stuck with them and stuff. The only thing that, I guess, like, if you were to unsubscribe from Xbox Game Pass, you wouldn't be able to play those games no more. But no, with PlayStation, and because like there's a lot of different things to cover with like PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo, because I would say like the one thing that I don't like about PlayStation and Nintendo is that they don't have a refund system. So how it's set up on PlayStation, they have it where so if you buy a game digitally and you don't like this game, and that's how you like, in order to not like a game, you do have to play it. But no, they're on the whole business where as soon as you start the game up, game's yours. Because Xbox, they at least have like that 2 hour and 2 week window. Nintendo, on the other hand, I never really had, because most of the games that I do get from them is games that I want. So I can't really speak on the refund system with Nintendo, but I'm pretty sure it's probably on some PlayStation stuff where they're like, no, we're not going to give you, as soon as you play the game, game's yours. But no, with Xbox, I think that a lot of people, they're going to probably know, overall, or what option I am going to go with by the end of this episode, and it is Xbox. Just because it's, Xbox to me just seems more user friendly. It just seems like with PlayStation, I know a lot of people do hype up PlayStation, and I feel like PlayStation really hasn't had like their, I guess, the gaming industry on lock since the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 3 was really good. That was the console where it played PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games. And I know people are probably like, well, I know the PlayStation 5. Like, yeah, that's because the PlayStation 3, that came out, I think, in 2007. So it's almost a 20-year-old console. It's a 19-year-old console. Can somebody please explain to me, how is a 19-year-old console better than the current console that's out right now? Like, that's one of those things where I just don't understand. How do you guys backtrack? Because so with the PlayStation 5, you can't play PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games unless they're games that get remastered or they're available through the PlayStation Plus, their subscription service. Because both Xbox and PlayStation, and Nintendo, they all have subscription services. And yeah, I would say that with PlayStation, their subscription service, like for what they offer, it's not all that, it's not worth it. I guess for me, the reason why I'm subscribed to their service is because I'm a content creator. So there might be games where I'm like, okay, I don't want to buy those games. So if they do have it on PlayStation Plus or Xbox Game Pass or whatever, then I'm like, okay, then I'll just, play it through there. But yeah, overall, I'm not trying to have it where I get stuck with it. It's just, to me, it seems a lot cheaper doing it that way versus, because yeah, games be coming out all the time. So that's why, and then plus with their subscription services, they be having it where a lot of those games, they do get added to PlayStation. Like, there's a lot of games throughout the month that'll get added to Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. With Nintendo, there's some games I don't think they have. Like, because I remember on the Nintendo 64, there were some games that I played back then, and I'm like, I don't remember the name of those games, but I remember how those games played. I probably would have to do a little bit of research to figure out what those games were called. But yeah, there's a lot of games on their subscription service. Like, it's mainly Nintendo exclusive games. So they'll have like some Legend of Zelda games, some Mario games. But what's crazy is that, so Donkey Kong, that's a Nintendo game. And there was this one particular Donkey Kong game that they had on the Nintendo 64 where they don't have that on the subscription service for the Nintendo Switch. And I always found that odd, because I'm like, that's a Nintendo game. But then again, PlayStation, there's games that, like Gran Turismo 7, that's not on their subscription service. So it just, to me, it trips me out. It's like, how is it that you guys got these exclusive games, but you don't have them on your guys' subscription service? Now, Xbox, they do the same thing too with their older games, but a lot of the new games, I'm telling you, there's at times where I'll check Xbox Game Pass and there's games that I almost bought because, like, oh, okay, like it looks like a fun game. Open up Xbox Game Pass, they got the game on there. So yeah, Xbox Game Pass, I would say, just with overall Xbox, like, it's one of those platforms where if you have a Xbox Series X, one of the handheld Xboxes, the ROG Xbox Ally X, and then if you have a gaming PC, then yeah, or I guess like if you have the money to go out and get all of that, then yeah, it will probably be best to get you an Xbox, because it's just, to me, it just, like I said, it's more user friendly versus PlayStation. They don't have like no app like how the Xbox how they have an app on gaming PCs, and so yeah. But then again, it's like, it is Microsoft owned, so I guess maybe if Sony were to come out with a gaming PC, then possibly they might have it where you could play some of the games on a gaming PC. But yeah, it just seemed like that. I think that's what they are trying to do, though, is make it to where games run like I guess a video game off of a PC. And I'm like, fam, you need to, that's one thing about like video game development that's so weird to me, is that you need to just keep it locked in on, there's a PC version or I guess a team of people that's working on the PC version, and then there's a team of people working on the console version. And sometimes with like Xbox and PlayStation, well, not so much because there ain't too many PlayStation games I played. I think I played God of War, and then there was that one game like Horizon Zero Dawn or something like that. Those are the only, I might have played some other games on PC that was like a PlayStation exclusive, but no. And I feel like that with PlayStation, what they'll do is they'll release it on console first, wait a little bit, and then eventually release it on PC. Like, the game might be a little bit buggy and messed up at the start, but eventually they do roll out some updates, and it end up being a good game that we did play on PlayStation. So I would say that with PlayStation games, they are a little bit more developed. You know, like, I feel like that there are some Xbox games, like Call of Duty, for an example, that's a game where with their last Call of Duty, I'm glad I didn't pay for it, because if I went out of my way to go buy that game, it definitely been one of those things I'm like, nah, bro, I want my money back, you know, versus PlayStation. They have like a lot of like good exclusive games, because they have Uncharted, the Spider-Man series, God of War. Uncharted, that was actually a game that I forgot about, but yeah, they have a lot of the different games on PlayStation. It's games they'll have you, like, you'll be playing them for a while. Like, that's one thing I just, you know, throughout the years of me being a PlayStation user and stuff, I like, that was two games that I had actually played a lot of, was Uncharted 1 and 2. I never did sit down and play 3 and 4. I need to, but anyways, no, yeah, like, PlayStation do have like some good exclusive games, but I just feel like that when it comes down to it's just, you know, it's not user friendly. I feel like people, they just stick with PlayStation because they're PlayStation fans and they never really experienced Xbox, or maybe they're thinking, oh, it's too much money to get you an Xbox, because yeah, it's like with their subscription, I think with their subscription service, it is more expensive than because I think theirs is like $30 a month, and I think with PlayStation theirs is like $20 a month. But with Xbox, it's worth it though, like all the different games. Because hold on for a second, I did open up the Xbox app. They just recently added the old Sims games to the Game Pass. There's this game with Norman Reedus called Death Stranding. They just recently added a Resident Evil game, Resident Evil Village. Then there was the one Star Wars game, Star Wars Outlaws. There's a zombie game that just recently came out called Quarantine Zone: The Last Check. That game is actually pretty decent. They added a Final Fantasy game, Assassin's Creed, Mortal Kombat. What are some other games? Yeah, they got like and then I know people are probably wondering, like, are all of the Xbox, or like, yeah, the Xbox exclusive games, are they on Xbox Game Pass day one? So like when so like if Forza Horizon 6, for an example, I know if you guys are gamers and you know about that game is coming out day one on Xbox. So if you are a PlayStation user, then yeah, but you are a fan, like, because I know that they did just recently add Forza Horizon 5 to the PlayStation, and I know people are like, dang, I really want to play that game and stuff. Yeah, if you do get you an Xbox and get the Xbox Game Pass, and I don't think you have to subscribe to because hold on, let me look up the different tiers to the Xbox Game Pass membership tiers. I misspelled tiers, but hold on for it. Okay, so they got game plans. And then, yeah, let's see, PlayStation Plus membership plans. Let's see. So they got, so for PlayStation, they have Essential, where it lets you get like some monthly games. See, that's the downfall to that. So they say like monthly games, and you think like, oh, okay, these games are mine. So you have to be subscribed to the PlayStation Plus in order to play these games. So like, let's say, because I think with Xbox, whatever games you got for free, like those games are yours. Like you can unsubscribe, I believe, from the Xbox Game Pass, and you can still play those games, versus the PlayStation, yeah, they don't have it set up that way, but you do get some monthly games. You get online access, some exclusive discounts and content. What else? Cloud storage and share play. And then with extras, So you get, I think it's like maybe some more monthly games. So it's pretty much the same thing. And I think as Essential, the only two new things that they have is Game Catalog and Ubisoft Plus Classic. So you get to play. Ubisoft is a gaming company. I wouldn't say it's the best gaming company, but you do get some games. There's some more games that you can play. And then with Premium, you get the Classic Catalog, where some of the games you can download directly to your PlayStation, and then there's some other games where you have to play them through streaming. So, and then because that's one of the options, PS5 cloud streaming, and then there's game trials, and then Sony Pictures Classic Catalog. So I think there's some movies. I haven't checked that out yet, but I need to see like what Sony movies they do have and stuff, because I've been wanting to see myself a good Sony based. Oh, I wonder if F1. I don't think F1 probably ain't gonna be on that Sony. Is it a Sony? No, I don't think F1 was a Sony movie, because if it was, I feel like that's something that they would. Because it's like, why would they? It wasn't. They just got the. No, it was Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo was a Sony, so they probably do have it where you could. But I guess that's good, because I guess there is that, like, you can watch you some. I don't know how many movies they have. I'm just seeing that for myself, but. Overall, though, but that's the thing, though, with the PS5 streaming, is that, so let's say if you are, because I know people are probably like, well, I see that PlayStation, they have a handheld device that you can play, and then Xbox also has like a handheld device. So there are some positives and negatives with both devices, but yeah, with the PlayStation cloud streaming and stuff. So let's say if you are in the middle of a game, right? So let's say you're playing. I'm trying to think of a game that they have on there. Destiny 2. You're playing Destiny 2, and let's say you might be living in a state where the weather conditions is a little bit bad, right? Power goes out, exited out of the game immediately. So versus with, and I guess, well, probably Destiny might. So think of a single player game more so. So yeah, if it is a single player game, but you are playing it online, so yeah, maybe like God of War or something like that. If you're playing it through the cloud streaming, if your power goes out, you're pretty much you have to, you're gonna exit out of the game, and it's gonna be like, oh, sorry, we lost the internet connection. Versus with the handheld Xbox, that it's pretty much a gaming PC, and that's the thing that I don't like about it, is that it's not optimized for gaming. Like, it just seems like it's more so optimized to be just a handheld gaming PC, and I'm like, fam, I'm trying to play video games on this. I'm not trying to surf the web and do all this other. I feel like it would be more internet friendly and stuff, but at the same time, I'm like, you do promote the idea of playing games, and so there are some games that are even Microsoft exclusives. Like, there's the one game that came out a few years ago, and you would think that will work perfect on the handheld Xbox, but Forza Motorsport, and yeah, that game, there's been times where I've had to sit down and just been tweaking the settings versus just being able to just jump right into a game and play it. So yeah, I would say that, like, there are downfalls to both Xbox and PlayStation. Nintendo is kind of in a league of their own. Like, it's good because, with theirs, it's like, whatever games, I know people are probably wondering, so if you play a game handheld, how would that look if you were to plug it up to your TV and play it? I believe it does get actually better if you do it on Nintendo and stuff. But Nintendo, I would say, in my opinion, it is cheaper. Because I think with let's just open up Best Buy real quick. Oh yeah, I forgot to read that off. The game plans for Xbox and stuff. So they got PC Pass, where it's $16.49 a month. Then what was PlayStation? They didn't even have like the prices and stuff. Like, they didn't even have. So for Essential, it's $9.99 a month, and then $79.99 for 12 months. Extra, it's $14.99 a month, $134.99 for 12 months, and then for Premium, $17.99 a month, and then $159.99 for 12 months. So that's PlayStation. Xbox for PC Pass, it's $16.49 a month. Xbox Game Pass Essential, you could get your first month for $1. Then after that, it's $9.99. So you can just kind of test it out and see what it's all about and stuff. Premium 14 days for $1, then it's $14.99. And then Ultimate, it's $29.99 a month. And I think with Nintendo, theirs is only like $40, I think. Hold on for a second. Let me see Nintendo Switch 2 membership. Let's see what theirs is. So yeah, it's $19 a year. So there's like existing Nintendo Switch Online memberships, including the expansion pack, will be compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2, offering online play, cloud saves, and classic game libraries. So all like the old like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, and then they are saying memberships start at $19.99 for $19.99 a year for individuals and $34.99 for families. And I wonder. And then for the expansion pack, so it's I think you do get a few more classic games that you can play, but also you get some free DLCs, or not DLCs, but you do get free DLCs, because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they have like this whole section of tracks that you can race on, where I guess if you were to, I think that's like $10 for the DLCs. And then but no, on the Nintendo Switch 2, you actually can get it where the upgrade packs for like Legend of Zelda, for an example, you could get those upgrade packs for free. I don't know why, because there's the one Nintendo based game, Animal Crossing, and they don't have it where you could get the I'll have to check again and see, but Nintendo would be cheaper, Xbox would be better, and then PlayStation, I would say it kind of like it meets in the middle, you know, like it's cheaper, but at the same time and there's some good games, but other than that, it's like it's not comparing it to both Xbox and Nintendo. Yeah, if in order, I probably would go with Xbox, Nintendo, and then PlayStation, you know, because Xbox is just, with me, it's more gamer friendly. So let's say if you buy a game, if it has like that play anywhere feature, then yeah, if you play or buy a game on your Xbox, you would be able to play that same game on your PC. And then if it's also compatible with the Xbox, the handheld Xbox, you would be able to play it on there too. So like Forza Horizon 5, that's playable on the Xbox Series X, PC, and on the handheld Xbox. But Forza Motorsports, which it seems like it's not as demanding as Forza Horizon 5, but that game, Forza Horizon 5, is more playable. It's weird, bro. It's weird. Hopefully down the road they have it a little bit more optimized, but anyways, but no, overall though, Nintendo, they got like a good thing going on. Games are more expensive though, so like let's say for an example, if you want to get a game on Xbox where it's been out for a few years, you might be able to get it at a cheaper price, like Forza Horizon 5, and I think because that game, it's pretty much going to be dead at some point in time. But hold on for a second, let's just see where, yeah, they got it for like 50% off on Steam. And then they probably, hold on, let me check on Xbox real quick, because it might even be cheaper on Xbox. I think it looks like it says $29.99. So hold on, it's taking a while to load up because I am downloading the game right now, but they don't even have a price. Like, dang, bro, it's like you just be trying. I don't know why every time I be trying to. Okay, here he goes. All right, so standard $29.99. And then to get it the deluxe version, it's $39.99, and then to get the premium version, it's $49.99. And the premium version was $100. Oh, actually, no. If you have the Xbox Game Pass membership, you get it for $79.99. So yeah, it's either way, it's it's slightly cheaper if you do have their subscription service. But yeah, then with Nintendo, their games are a lot more expensive because with the Nintendo Switch 2 releasing. So if you were to, because I got the bundle, so mine was like $4.99. And but no, if you get Mario Kart 8 or not 8, but Mario Kart World, that game is like $79.99. So yeah, I guess for somebody that hasn't really been gaming recently or in the like several years and stuff, yeah, gaming has definitely got more expensive. But no, I actually wanted to look up the prices of pretty much all of them on Best. So like, let's say if you wanted to go to Best Buy, drop a few hundreds on what's taking so long for this like search thing? Dang, it's like I'm just downloading the game and it just slows down everything, bro. But anyways, I think for yeah, Best Buy is having a moment. I don't know what's going on. Let's just Google search this stuff, because I'm like, every time I go to Best Buy, bro, it's like their website. It just seems like it'd be like, it's like the AOL dial-up internet and stuff. Like, it just got to like call out to a number, do all this other extra stuff. I'm like, dang, bro, I'm just trying to see prices of stuff. But anyways, let's see. So if you were to get a Nintendo Switch, but they have it where it loads up faster on Google, and that's just weird. And it's the same thing for Best Buy. So if you were to get the Nintendo Switch 2 console by itself, it's $499.99. But if you were to get it with the Mario Kart World bundle, it's $499.99. And I know people will probably be asking that question too, is which Mario Kart is better? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It has more tracks and it just seems more playable. World is okay. Like, it is open world, but I was thinking it was gonna be something like Forza, where it's like you drive from one spot and do, like, you're doing missions and stuff, and they ain't have all of that. Maybe they might have it now. It's been a while since I've really seen anything with it. But, yeah, overall, it wasn't really all that. But anyways, and they do, so that was one thing I forgot to mention with PlayStation and Xbox, is that they also have digital versions of the, consoles. So if you are somebody that plans on getting all your games digitally, I would definitely recommend, if, so like, let's say you want to get both a PlayStation and an Xbox, you can get a digital Xbox, because at least if there's a game that you don't like, you would be able to get your money back. But if you do plan on getting a PlayStation, get the disc version of a PlayStation. And that's the jacked up thing about PlayStation, where I'm like, that's why I don't know how to really feel about them. But no, so they came out with a PlayStation 5 Pro. And they have it set up where it's digital only, but if you want to get a disc tray for it, it's like an additional, I think, $100 or something like that. And that's why I was like, man, no, that's why I think if I were to like, the next console I'll probably end up getting, it might end up being an Xbox. I guess with it, because I do have all of the consoles now, but I'm saying, like, for the next generation of consoles, I think this PlayStation 5 is gonna probably end up being my last PlayStation console, because nah, man, it's like, to me it just seems like it's not all that, you know, like, and then plus on top of that, it seems like a lot of their games are starting to go over to PC and Xbox, so that's why I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna wait till this PlayStation goes out, unless they say with the PlayStation 6, you're able to play all PlayStation games, 1 through 5, then if they have it set up where it's like, oh, you're only able to play PlayStation 5 and 6 games, I'm not buying a PlayStation 6. I'm like, that'd just be a waste of money and stuff. So, because all it's just gonna be is like a part, Gran Turismo 8, God of War 3, what else? And it's games where I'm like, you know, they're probably Gran Turismo I might not end up playing unless they release it on other platforms. But no, overall though, God of War, if they were to come out with another God of War game, they're most likely gonna end up releasing it on PC. So yeah, I think I'd rather just drop the however much money on upgrading the PC parts on that. At least there'll be other games I'll be able to play too. But overall though, if you wanted to get the same, and it's so crazy how much they done went up in price. So I have the original model of the Xbox Series X, like the very first model. I had paid I think it was $499 for that console. They got it at Best Buy listed for $649, but then they also have I wonder how much the digital ones cost. Cause yeah, it's that's just crazy how it went up almost $200 and stuff. And then they have the digital one where it's $599. So I guess if you guys are wanting to get the digital one, it is a little bit cheaper. But overall, though, I mean, either way, if you want to go to GameStops and see if they have a used Xbox. The Xboxes, I mean, yeah, they are slightly old, but like find like a used one, but one that's still in like good condition if you do want to save a little bit of money and stuff. But with the PlayStation, so they have the Pro, that must be used or something's wrong with it. They talking about $350. I'm like, there's no way possible that it's a no 300. Yeah, no, I don't trust that. So we are going to look at some other options and stuff. So they have so there was like Spider-Man 5. So it's a Spider-Man 2 bundle where it comes with the original PlayStation 5, and it's $629, but I think it's like $680 on sale. So pretty much you are going to be spending over $600 for a PlayStation, over $600 for an Xbox. And then for the Nintendo Switch, you will be spending slightly over $500 for it. So the Nintendo, it is cheaper. Xbox, it's more user friendly. And then yeah, with PlayStation, I guess maybe if you can't really find the Nintendo or Xbox, then get the disc version of the original PlayStation 5. So they have the PlayStation 5 Slim. And then they have like the original PlayStation 5. So get between them two. But the Pro, I know people are probably wondering like what's the difference between like the newer PlayStation 5 and the older. There's not that much of a difference between the PlayStation 5 I have and because I have the original PlayStation 5, and there's not that much of a difference. It's honestly the same thing. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service, and peace.